Howdy folks, welcome to our next story chapter, the Nathema Conspiracy. It's been about a month and a half since I did the other two chapters, and I was actually saving some of the mail you get so that I could read it on camera, but unfortunately, if you don't read mail, it auto-returns after a month, so I guess I should have read it myself and then just remembered to reread it now. But anyway, we'll skip the mail and we will go ahead and get started on the mission itself. I think this might be the last one, but I'm not entirely sure. There could be one more after this. Kind of a long loading screen. Oh, we're on a Destin. Okay, cool. Guess we should go in here. Up, maybe not. Looks like we actually have to go over to that elevator. Howdy to all the people here. Ooh, I like the speeder. I have random speeders on, so I don't tend to see them for a very long time in between use. Alright. Let's try this again, shall we?
Commander, you're just in time. Hilo discovered a new lead in our search for the Order of Zildrog.
My guys picked up a weird signal from an abandoned Imperial listening post on one of their runs. Seems it was meant for the Alliance.
When decrypted, the signal broadcasts one word, Zildrog. The same as the message we intercepted from Theron. Someone is trying to lead us to the Order, I know it.
I feel like, yeah, it could be Theron.
If the message is linked to the one Theron sent, he could be using his place in the Order to help us.
I admit it's possible. But even if that were true, we have no way of knowing his real motive. We need to get inside that listening post and gather whatever data we can. There's no telling what you'll find, so I'll come along to provide support. I'm ready when you are.
Then let's get moving. Hilo, ready the shuttle.
Alright, here we go. And I guess I just hit the button. And then things begin. Mastery. I remember when there was 4 stats, I guess. Willpower, strength, or the other two. Skill? Did scoundrels have skill? Something like that. It was yellow. And I don't even remember what like troopers had. It's been so long now. Cunning was smugglers.
Take a breath.
Alright.
Automated self-destruct has been paused. Awaiting input.
Someone is tampering with security to let us through.
That might not last. We should hurry and find whatever information we can.
Not quite sure where we are. That ship we saw looked like it was in pieces, so was that just part of the ship and now we boarded it? I feel like they were missing a bit of a cutscene there. And who is this guy?
Today, I watched two children on the Spire fight over a discarded ration. I could do nothing to help them. Zakul was a golden empire, and now look at us. Digging through the ashes the Alliance left behind. So many families torn apart, fighting a war they never wanted. And for what? So the Outlander can lecture us about peace, while we're left with nothing? Valkorian's death, Arkan's tyranny, Valen's path of destruction. It all began with the Outlander. I don't know what I can do, but I won't stand by and watch my people suffer. I need to take down the Alliance. For Zakul.
Who is this man?
According to the data, his name is Vin Atrius, former member of Valen's Horizon Guard. He was reported missing 6 months ago. Beyond that, no records.
See, I think it really began with their Mad Emperor,
So
but
this was the Order's base of operations.
The original data was wiped, but the backup is intact. Whoever led us here knows how to make encrypted copies.
alright, well, I actually don't remember much about her Horizon Guard, but I guess they're like her elite guard unit. Wonder if they're force sensitive.
There's only one solution. You must monitor everyone.
Hold on, Minister of Paranoia. You can't invade everyone's privacy to sniff out a single rat.
I can't, but the commander can. Give the order and I'll begin surveillance of everyone. Even Theron and myself. It's the only way to flush out the traitor.
We spent weeks sweeping Odessen for bugs. And somehow they still had eyes on us. How is that possible?
Didn't do a good enough job, I guess.
You'll need my help. No one knows the Alliance better than one of its founders.
You expect me to trust you? After you helped the Outlander forge a partnership with the Republic? In a single blow, you doubled their support and cut ours in half.
I also led the commander into that trap on Iokath. You wouldn't hear me out, so I took matters into my own hands. Look, you doubt my intentions, I get that. How can I convince you?
Umbara. The Adegan crystals.
You got it.
Should feel better now.
I like how in Star Wars and in a lot of universes, prove someone's loyalty, usually the player character, you're given like a task, which doesn't actually prove loyalty, it just proves competence. Like killing me, that would be a test of loyalty, but I guess also a test of disloyalty. But not sure Theron could manage that.
When Emperor Arkan gave the order to bomb my homeworld, we didn't even have time to evacuate. Millions of people, my people, wiped out in an instant. All because Arkan wanted to send a message to the Alliance. And now, he sits beside the commander as a friend? Where is my justice?
I promise you, Arkan and the commander will pay for their crimes. The Alliance will fall. But I need your help, Chilanes.
You shall have it.
I thought I like jailed Arkan or something. It's been so long I really don't remember, but if I let him off after all of his crimes, that doesn't really seem right.
I know better than to trust a Sith Lord, Darth Mortis.
The Alliance had the chance to seize control of the galaxy, yet its commander wastes the throne's power on diplomacy. I'd rather see the Eternal Fleet destroyed than remain in the hands of a weak leader.
That can't be your only reason for joining the Order. You must want something in return.
All I ask is that when the time comes, you lead the traitor Lana Beniko to me.
Consider it done.
Lana's not happy about that. So I don't remember the faces of the Sith Council as much as I once did. Not sure if he was one of them or if he's just a Sith. He looks kind of like one of them, but I think there's only like one left, and if I'm not mistaken, he's the new Emperor. Guess I should have gotten the other one when I was on the other side. Investigate the active terminals.
I think I finally found it. After combing through all the data we took from Iokath, there was a string of numbers repeated over and over. When I decrypted them, the string spelled a word. Zildrog. I thought it was just a legend, but the dragon god of Zakul is real, and it's a super weapon, capable of consuming entire civilizations. I don't know how to wake Zildrog or how to control it, but I'm one step closer. It's finally here. My chance to destroy the Alliance and avenge my people. But I can't do it alone.
There's another machine god.
If the Order awakens Zildrog and uses it on Odessen.
Odessen is only the beginning. This weapon could devastate the galaxy.
We're running out of time.
You don't really know that, though. Like, super weapons can come in many different scales. Although Iokath is pretty impressive, so definitely could be very powerful. I knew I recognized the name Zildrog, I just couldn't remember where from. It's one of their legendary gods. Speaking of which, I haven't done the Operation Gods from the Machine in a long time. I don't remember what the name is of the final boss. I don't think it's Zildrog, but it is kind of dragon-like. It sounds like more like this is like a sixth god, besides the 5 from the machine.
How did you find me?
It wasn't difficult. Despite clumsy attempts to cover your trail, I was able to learn everything about you. I know how to awaken Zildrog, and where to find it. It's much closer than you think.
You're lying. I searched the Gemini network.
I have ascended beyond the Gemini network. I severed my connection to maintain my free will. I've attained knowledge an organic like yourself cannot comprehend. If you provide the right people, I can help you control Zildrog.
What do you want in return?
My sisters are shackled to the throne. I still feel them calling to me.
You want them freed?
No. I want them destroyed. As long as the Eternal Fleet and the Gemini network exist, I remain vulnerable to outside control. Zildrog is the key to my freedom. I will not be enslaved again.
Odessen isn't the only target. They're after the entire Alliance, everything we built.
We haven't lost yet. We need to find the Order and stop them from awakening Zildrog.
My scans show there's still one more active terminal. Let's hurry.
Well, it's a good thing they left these very...
Self-destruct will reactivate in 90 seconds.
Great.
That's our cue to pick up the pace.
Time for some rocket boots. I don't see a timer. I wonder if it'll really self-destruct. But as I was saying, very nice of them to leave these recordings around to inform us. Oh. Oh, I already went to both of those. Whoops.
Here, this will help.
Maybe I shouldn't be doing these at like 1:30 in the morning. Though I did have a nap, so I don't feel super tired. Not a bad view. But I think our 90 seconds are almost up.
Strange. New data was entered into this console just before we arrived.
What does it say?
It's a set of coordinates on Nathema. There's a message. They've found it. Hurry. Wait. I recognize this encryption method. We developed it together years ago on Rishi. Only 2 people know how to decrypt it. Me and Theron.
See, I feel like he is helping us, and I feel like my character also believes that, but, you know, fool me once, shame on you and all that.
That miserable excuse for a spy is trying to lure us into another trap.
Why go through all this trouble when the Order has the upper hand?
Self-destruct reactivated. All personnel advised to evacuate immediately.
We'll discuss it later. Let's get out of here, before the whole station blows.
I feel like they could run a lot faster than that, especially being Force users.
It's on you now, Commander.
You destroyed the data?
Didn't leave a trace.
Well, the fact that he said that and there was no audience pretty much proves that he is on our side. Proves to us, at least. Of course, our characters don't know that. Surprised there aren't any, like, droids or turrets or anything popping up. So far, there hasn't been any combat in this storyline, which honestly I'm okay with, because, as I said before, I don't really love the single-player combat in this game. But it does seem odd. Seems like a nice planet,
I
at least
received
from
word from my
space.
team. They've repaired the holomap from Capero. The data confirmed the Order's objective is Nathema. I can't believe it, but Theron's information was good. What's more, the coordinates we received from Theron pointed to a specific location on Nathema. It may be Zildrog's location, but we can't know for sure.
If the data we found is real, we need to destroy that machine before the Order activates it.
The only chance we have is to follow Theron's coordinates. For now, we have to trust our information. In any case, I'm coming with you to face those traitors. We've come too far to let them win now.
Let's show them who they're dealing with.
Commander, there's something I need to say. Not so long ago, you placed your faith in me, in spite of my past. I was your enemy from the start, but Theron was your friend. He stood by your side through the worst of my attacks. Regardless of his intentions now, when the time comes, consider the same mercy you showed me.
Oh, how the turntables have turned.
I know Lana has her doubts, but I never stop believing in him. He's still on our side. I can feel it.
I know better than anyone to trust your judgment. Now go. Save the Alliance.
I can feel the history here. Valkorion had so much left to accomplish.
If he had his way, we'd all be dead.
Valkorion made Zakul a paradise, until your alliance destroyed it.
I know I wouldn't be here if I didn't want to help.
Then don't forget your place.
We've arrived. It calls out to us. It has slept for centuries, but knows the time to feed is approaching. SWTOR.
Call the others. We'll begin soon.
That's a lot of statues. Kind of cool looking, though.
According to reports, the Force has returned to Nathema since Valkorian's death. The process has left the planet unstable and violent, so we'll need to be cautious.
I've got the fleet rallied over Odessa in case we need to mobilize. Good luck, Commander.
Alright. So Nathema, if I remember correctly, is Valkorian's homeworld, or Vitiate, I guess he was then. Or he became the Emperor, or the Eternal Emperor. And I believe he like consumed all life on this planet in order to become super powerful or immortal or something like that. Been a while since I've brushed up on my SWTOR lore. But it seems at least some life has returned. I guess these were like his secret servants. They're healing too. Guess you have to DPS them down fast. How about a nice knockback? I got one at least, not bad for a consular knockback. So I do feel like when we find Theron, that Airveil's duties as the commander are going to be in conflict with his duty as a Jedi. As a Jedi, he'll want to forgive and trust Theron, but as the Alliance commander, I feel like pragmatically he shouldn't take another chance. So we'll have to see what he decides. Acklays. Experimental Acklays. Guess they're in like a new rock band. And they're trying to cast something. So I have a debuff. Oops, now it's stacking. Damage taken from wound. Can I cleanse it?
Yeah,
I can. Nice. Good, the cleanses are still useful for something. Alright, well my dots should be able to overpower their self-heals. No, maybe not. Yeah, they're actually healing faster than my dots tick. So this could be pretty hard if you are playing it as a healer or a tank. Maybe not hard, that's not the right word, but it could be a little more time consuming. Or if you don't have as good gear. Although I'm not really sure I can classify my gear as good anymore. It's all, what am I at? 250, 248? Yeah.
This place is filled with life. We hardly recognize it.
It's amazing.
That guy's like a champion. See, I feel like these guys were actually brought here by the Sith or something, because I mean, life doesn't like re-evolve like this. If it was really like all wiped out, it would take longer than just a couple years to get species that big. Plus, like Acklay, I mean, they're called experimental, so obviously someone brought them here. Probably these zealots. Oh, can I use my buff? Yes, nice. I think I'm lagging a bit. Yep. I should have done a dot spread there. Well, that guy's doing a big heal by the looks of it. I was lagging. Oh, nice whirlwind. Quite a bit earlier tonight during our raid. But besides 1 DC, it all worked out. So hopefully that won't start up again.
Just ahead. Keep your guard up.
Here comes some more. I guess if you're a class with a lot of burst too, that's useful against these guys.
I've got you.
Since you can burst them down more quickly than they can heal. Who might you be? Oh, Theron. Long time no see.
This is where the coordinates pointed to, but...
Where are we?
Not Zildrog's location, evidently.
Sorry, I needed to meet somewhere the Order wouldn't notice. I managed to give them the slip, but we don't have much time.
So you betrayed the Order too. You have quite a track record.
I know how it looks, but just hear me out. I heard rumors about the Order of Zildrog through my old underworld contacts. It took me months to even find them, and the whole time, they were watching us. By the time I learned the truth about Zildrog, it was almost too late. They'd learned too much. I had to slow them down long enough for the Alliance to catch up. I had to join them, work from the inside. The only way to get Ven Atreus to trust me was to betray you.
It wasn't the only way. Why didn't you come to me?
The Gemini droid was watching. I couldn't figure out how, but she was recording every word we said. Telling you would risk the whole operation. I needed the betrayal to look real. You can't imagine how hard it was, putting you through that. But I knew you were strong enough. I had faith in you.
So you infiltrated the Order and learned their plans. What are we up against?
They found Zildrog in one of the Emperor's vaults. Looks like Valkorion kept it on ice as a failsafe. The Order has nearly finished their final preparations. Once they activate Zildrog, it's the end of the Alliance.
I see them. The Alliance has arrived.
Already? How did they find us so quickly?
Theron Shan is among them. I warned you about him.
That deceitful scum. We'll have to begin ahead of schedule. Make sure the others are ready. Our new ally will take care of the Outlander.
I stalled them with false data for as long as I could, but we don't have much time. If we act now, we can stop the Order before they activate Zildrog. I set up blind spots so we can get through the vault mostly undetected.
We're supposed to trust you after what you've put us through. How do we know you're not leading us straight into the Order's hands?
I don't like it either. But right now, Theron's our best chance at stopping the Order.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Come on. We need to get moving.
Alright. A little weird that he was like standing there and you just talked to him. Seems like that cutscene should have triggered when you got to the area instead. Also, I'm not sure if that Gemini droid is supposed to be like a specific one from one of the story chapters. It's been probably years since I've well, he died really fast for a champion. Since I've done any of those chapters, so not really, like I remember the Gemini droids, but I don't remember if there was one that got her freedom and is the same one we're up against now.
Stars. Look at that.
Just don't look down. I know how you are with heights.
I don't need your concern, Theron.
Looks like a Sith temple. Can I go under the zealots? Ooh, there's a bio thing around here somewhere. Reminds me of the days when I used to farm mats on Yavin. Got a conquest objective there. Wonder if doing these will be enough to, oh, thank you for the cleanse. There's a droid here? Maybe he's up above? I don't see him. Or some kind of medic. Oh, there he is. Very convenient. Vorklaw. Reminds me of the first boss from Dread Fortress. These things, do I have to like use it to reduce its armor or something? Defense quill controls. There we go. So maybe I should put some dots in it and then use those. I'll use the sage button next time too. Doesn't seem to make a huge difference, but... Oh, it's digging. That's kind of cool. So now it's immune. I guess it's going to be immune until it writes down its burrow. Ah. I don't understand why it's immune to periodic damage when it's underground, though. Alright, sage buff time. And nope, that's just a glitch. Sometimes it has a cast bar even if you use it instantly. It like triggers both at the same time. That's right. It's been so long since I've actually used a companion that I forgot that if you have one with you, they do the cruise skill instead of you. Alright. Interesting fight.
Modern tech. I assume it belongs to the Order.
Took nearly their entire base with them when they left. Had me destroy what remained.
Everybody on.
Take a breath.
Lana,
Count to
I know
three.
I'm not exactly on your good side right now, but
You should have told me your plans. We were supposed to be a team, Theron.
you had to be in the dark. That's what you told me to appreciate, wasn't it?
That's not...
We can discuss this later. Focus on the mission.
See, I feel like story-wise, BioWare's of course going to make Theron actually have been on your side the whole time and not really a traitor. Because everybody loves Theron, he's a great character, and people are even romancing him and all that, so they don't want to like just pull the rug out from under players. But it'd be really cool if they like had him, like, if you trust him at the end of this, like if he then turns around and betrays you again. That'd be really cool. It'd be really great if, like, and I know everybody probably disagrees, but like, if you actually like lost another like companion, like Lana or what's his name, Arkin or something. Like if there was an actual penalty for trusting him again, but I kind of think that's unlikely. Then again, it is BioWare, so you never know. And that I think is one of the things that separates a BioWare MMO from a BioWare single-player game. Single-player games, they tend to have more courage because it is just a single-player campaign and it's like one storyline, whereas this, the characters continue through multiple storylines and many, many years, so they don't want to make the players angry from a story perspective. But if you had just a single player game, you've already bought the game, and besides like maybe DLC, there's not like an economic disincentive to make big choices like that, or to force the player to make big choices like that. Not too much further, it looks like. Why can I not attack him? Guess I just didn't have line of sight. It's a nice area, though. I like the environment here. I guess if you have archaeology, you can get that crystal. Should probably take a quick screenshot for, like, the title card. Give me 1 second. Theron, you're in the way. And Luke Beam, you're also in the way. Alright, cool. Turn my UI back on. And we shall continue onwards. What is that? Oh, coming from you, I see. Don't stack on your companions, apparently. Let's just knock him off. Save some time. Did he just crawl back up? Or I guess they're sky troopers. They have like jetpacks, right? Let me just see if there's anything cool up here. I feel like this is like a jumping puzzle or something, but maybe not a deliberate one. Yeah, I can't get on top of that one. That'd be cool though if there was like some actual like loot up there. It's another thing that's kind of, I guess a con about missions like these in MMOs is you really can't put anything that's like too valuable up there or people would just farm it. So I guess you can make it a one-time thing, but again, if it's something that's too valuable and people don't know about it, they'll be like really mad. Whereas in a single-player game, you kind of expect there's hidden loot like that. It's been a while since I played
We're running out of time.
any Bioware single-player RPGs, or really any RPGs for that matter, or any games for that matter besides SWTOR, but I kind of want to again. I just need to find some more time in real life.
Take a breath.
Oh, that's not good. Lots of purple. I have a few big projects I need to work on for a while in real life, but I feel like maybe next year sometime I'll be able to find some spare time to play some more single-player games and make some Let's Plays. Maybe The Witcher, or I still haven't ever played Skyrim all the way through. So I need to do that before they come out with a 6th game. I've actually considered getting ESO as well. I probably wouldn't do a Let's Play of the story there, because that could be a lot of recording. But who knows? Plus I'm sure there's already a lot of Let's Plays out of that. Not that there aren't a lot of Let's Plays of The Witcher or Skyrim or other games, but I feel like I could at least bring my own touch to them. Alright, there we go. So we'll see. That's a long ways from now regardless. And in the short term I'll be sticking mainly with SWTOR. I sense another boss fight coming on.
This will help.
Jedi. I suppose you thought you were rid of me when you let the Voss haul me away. Luckily for me, I'm stronger than a few Voss commandos. Unluckily for you, the Order learned I was alive. Now I'm happily helping them kill you. I must say, this has worked out rather well.
Heavily. Well, that's a kind of a random thing to throw in there. They're just reviving a character from one of the Voss missions. I did recognize her. I was like, I've seen her somewhere before. And I do actually recall her from those missions. I've done them a few times. But I don't remember much else about her, to be honest.
I understand your grudge against me, but you're putting the galaxy in danger.
The galaxy will always be in danger, Jedi. At least this way, I get my revenge. I've sent along a token of my affection. If it doesn't kill you, we'll be waiting.
Well, I guess that's the ally. What's his name mentioned? Ooh, that's cool. Not sure what it is, but it looks cool. Ancient Guardian Droid. Good boy. Oh, I should hit a command boost. Hold tight. Alright, cool. Make sure I get some CXP from these guys. That's not good. Oh, these guys are like... I see. That's cool. I have to defeat them so you're not getting immobilized in his main attacks. Can't interrupt the repair. That's really annoying that you can't interrupt it, but you can waste your interrupt on it. Most abilities that you can't interrupt, it just says, you know, can't be interrupted, nothing happens. Guess I should have been a little quicker there. Alright. A few more to go. Throw some dots on that guy. Are they respawning? I feel like they're respawning. Or are there just more of them than I thought? Alright, maybe there's just more of them. Oh, that's not good. Doesn't do much damage though. I'm not sure what the mechanic is here. See, it seems to target me no matter where I stand. Decimation Protocol. I guess he's immune during that, so let's spend more time on this guy. Can I stand behind him? Maybe I should keep these guys alive so I can stand behind them. Alright, anyway. We are slowly making some progress against the main guy here. we break his shield? Incoming damage reduced. Enraged. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have killed those droids. So I feel like I just dot spreaded to the same guy. Done before, but it's pretty unusual. Your timing has to be like very specific. I guess he has DT damage still? He does. Alright, so I'll just have to kind of heal through this. And there are health packs there, but luckily sages can off heal. Alright, let's use some abilities here. Some more damage on him. Interrupted my cast there. What is that? I feel like the icon for that ability changed. Or maybe I just haven't played balance that well. No, I've played it in PvP a bit. Then again, in PvP you have so many buffs and debuffs, it's hard to keep track. Oh, not that again. Alright, well, we are getting there. I'm glad they're coming out with a new operation in the 6.0 expansion, because otherwise, this is really cool, like, I like this, but I'd be like, why are they spending so much time on story content at the... Whoa, this is a lot of damage. Should I be staying further away? That's actually... I wonder if that's the mechanic, because logically that would make sense. You want to stand further away, so that less of those things hit you. Look at Theron just shooting him from the back there. Alright. 5%. Little more. There we go. Decent chunk of conquest points there too. It made conquest a lot easier, which I kind of like as somebody who doesn't play that much, just mainly raids and PvP, and occasionally story content. I actually get conquest a lot now, which I didn't for a while there. I might like it less if I was actually actually playing conquest, but I mean I guess you can still get plenty more either way. It just makes the reward items a little more prevalent on the market. It does make it a lot easier to get augments because they give augment mats as one of the rewards. I feel like that's good too because they've given all the really hardcore players a chance to make theirs and to use their augments for a while before making it a little bit easier. And if you don't care about augments, you can always sell them and lower the price. So, kind of a win-win. Let's see if he comes back. Don't think he will be. Looks like he hit a rock on the way down. Well, that didn't last. I gather a few of these guys up. I feel like I could probably take on 2 groups and might be a little faster that way. We could do what I usually do while leveling, which is just run through like 10 crowds and then AoE them down at once. Might be a little hard with these guys though, so let's not take our chances. I'm gonna phase walk in case they have knockbacks. No, I'm not, because I got interrupted. Come on. I'd love to be unstunned and you know, actually play the game for a while. Okay, there's my one breaker. Those guys aren't really close enough to dot spread too. Hindered, so I can't force speed. Alright, there's a lot of them, but they didn't have too much HP. Couple credits, some junk to sell.
I sense a tremendous amount of dark energy ahead.
This looks safe. I do have phase walk. What'd I get? Oh, a bonus, okay. Probably already missed one, haven't I? We'll see. If I didn't, I might do the bonus quest. Usually I don't do bonus quests, but I'm glad I did the one earlier because it had some like lore to it or some story to it. So hopefully by missing some treasure chests, I'm not like missing out on the story. I'm just missing out on a bit of CXP, then I don't really care that much. Plenty of more entertaining ways to get CXP, like war zones. Ooh, a cave. Pretty. Don't see a treasure chest, just some more artifact stuff. I kind of feel bad rushing through this. I feel like the environmental artist spent a lot of time in this area. All these areas, really.
I've got you.
They did a good job. They're really cool, and they don't really remind me too much of other areas we've been through. Which is saying something, because it's a very big game. Hey, twofer. Always interrupt the heals. Alright, moving on. Hopefully we don't have too much more to go. Does sound like we're getting close. Let's wait for them to actually get here, and then... Oh, almost got 3 at a time. Not quite. I should have put dots on before I did that. Kind of thought it would do more damage, to be honest with you. Yes, I know that I do more damage with Force Serenity to opponents who have my weakened mind on them, but...
This is it. SWTOR is just up ahead.
That's too much thought for trash. I'm ready. Well, I'm actually not ready because my adrenal's not up, but I'm sure there'll be some conversation, and by then it should be. I see some heads. Oh, I was going to put down Phase Walk, but didn't do it in time.
What is this?
You!
Been wanting to do that for ages.
Because he's not a Force user.
So hard for their survival. But you are too late. The thrones have been filled. SWTOR is summoned.
What happened to these people?
They served a purpose they hadn't anticipated. Fuel for SWTOR's awakening. First, he will destroy the shackles that kept me enslaved to your kind. Then he'll obliterate your pathetic alliance as a reward to Atreus for playing his part.
So is that guy dead, or is he just hurting? He's not moving, so I feel like he's probably dead. Also, Isaacs is the name of the final boss of Gods in the Machine. Just came back to me. Promise I did not look it up. So this is definitely a 6th, and I guess in theory, most powerful god from the machine. Let's play the Jedi.
Innocent people don't have to die. Stop this now, and we can save lives.
What are the lives of insects compared to the freedom of a perfect machine? The time has finally come. SWTOR awakens.
Yeah, didn't really expect that to work, but you never know. Maybe one day.
Not since I consumed this planet have I felt such hunger. Give me a target. Let me feed.
Execute Formation 2995.
Oh, that thing.
What was that?
Commander, things okay over there? Because they're definitely not okay here.
I take it he's in control of my ship.
All this time, Zildrog was... How is this happening?
So is Zildrog the ship? I remember the ship from the storyline, but again, it's been a couple years, so kind of wish I'd done a refresher first. That could be interesting, though. I remember that pod being in there, because I remember when we first saw it, I had a theory about it being... there was a ship just called Ship, I think. It was like an old Sith vessel in like some of the much later storylines in Star Wars, which I guess is now Legacy. But anyway, it looks very similar to how that was described.
Hilo, get everyone off Odessen. Launch as many shuttles as you can.
That's a tall order, but I'll do my best.
Gathering power.
Inconvenient. It appears I'll have to eliminate you myself.
Destroy the power sources. Don't let Zildrog recharge.
Here we go. Wait, I have a white lightsaber crystal? Oh yeah, okay. How did I not notice that? But I do remember that, actually. Alright, boss fight. Let's make sure our buffs are good. What's this? Ah, cool. Here we go.
I will not be defeated so easily.
We'll see about that. Is that going to do a knockback? No, good. Oh, it does do that, though. Integration beam. Should I be using that to aim at things? Maybe Sky Troopers or these things? That'd be a cool mechanic. Nope, missed. Maybe I should wait until she actually like fires it and then move.
Augmenting. I feel his strength.
Maybe that doesn't do anything anyway. Well, those guys have a lot of HP. Oh, I'm not even hurting them really. So do I line of sight them or do I? Okay, I defeat that thing. I'm getting it now.
I will use this power to destroy you.
Alright, destroy the Crips, then you can destroy the Gemini. And the Sky Troopers are kind of irrelevant. Oh, he's back.
I will use this power to destroy you.
Let's kill this one first, and I can kill those two at once.
Your power is mine. Your destruction is inevitable.
Not so tough without their shields. Alright, because there's not really a reason to aim that at anything then. Just making up mechanics that aren't there.
Accept your demise.
Orbital Strike. What is that? Theron? Come here, Theron, watch out. I can't force pull him. Obliteration Protocol. I guess you have to defeat her before she does that. That's kind of cool.
I was free.
Well, now you're free. In a sense. Alright, let's turn this thing off.
We need to shut Zildrog down before it has the chance to attack again.
Be careful.
The tech involved shouldn't be too different from Tithe, so I think I can slice into it.
Theron, no!
Theron!
I've sacrificed too much to let you ruin my last chance at vengeance. Zildrog will destroy Odessen, and you'll finally know how it feels to lose everything.
So is Theron definitely dead then? That would be kind of a surprise. Jedi don't do revenge, so let's see if we can talk him out of it. I was going to say there actually are some games you actually can talk the final boss out of a fight, or something akin to that, which is I've always thought was kind of cool.
Your fight is with me, Atreus. No one else has to die.
Did you give Zakul the same consideration? You took everything from us! It's time to end this! Zildrog, lend me your power!
servant of the dragon.
Alright, here we go. Guess this is the real boss fight.
It's your fault.
He does have a knockback, so be careful. I was actually gonna say in like the original Mass Effect.
Lend me your power.
Minor spoiler alert. But the final boss fight is actually a two-parter, and you can skip the first part via talking, which I always thought was cool. But the second part is the real boss fight, and that's the one you can't skip, which makes sense. So I really like the way they did that there. Alright, so there's some mechanics here, but on the whole, it seems to really be a case of just doing as much damage as you can as quickly as you can. I don't know what the Annex of Zildrog does. I guess I'll destroy it just to be extra safe. Down you go.
Should feel better now.
Alright, can I turn this thing off now, please? What's this? Damage increases with each wave. Okay. Oh, I see. I can kill it, but I have to kill it. Final Harvest, I see. So I guess eventually it does so much you can't heal through it. Ooh, purple loot. If I can get to it. Statue of the Galaxy. Did I get a statue? Oh, State of the Galaxy. News of the near-total destruction of the Eternal Alliance fleet has spread quickly, leading to renewed fears of a reignited war between the Galactic Republic and Sith Empire. I feel like that's going to be a nod to 6.0. Both factions have reportedly redoubled their efforts toward supplies, munitions, and fuel, in anticipation of renewed hostilities. Resource shortages, already a common occurrence on many core worlds, are becoming a daily reality across the galaxy at large. With no single unifying threat to motivate their continued operation, these tensions have led many of the Alliance's forces to return to their original sides of the age-old conflict, rejoining their longtime allies and waiting with grim certainty for the war to begin anew. A hardened force of dedicated troops and staff still maintains the Alliance base on Odessan, however, and a small fleet still patrols wild space on their behalf. The commander's closest allies remain loyal to their leader, who helped unite them during one of the galaxy's darkest times. Whatever path the commander chooses next, they will most certainly follow, potentially tipping the scales of any conflict. So I like that. That's kind of a good setup to get back to the main conflict of SWTOR. Although we'll be facing an empire with no emperor. There's my loot. Alright. Didn't really see what it was, but just some random stuff. And what do I do here? Hit this terminal. But it kind of brings a nice conclusion to the Eternal Fleet storyline. Oh. Right, Theron. Hope he's okay, but it seems kind of unlikely.
Systems failing. I see darkness.
Oh, can I use him to resurrect Theron? Is that possible? Or to heal Theron, I guess, if he's on the verge of death. The end of an era.
No!
Theron's still alive, but just barely.
Couldn't even do that right. It looks like you've won again, Outlander. Like you always do. What are you waiting for? Strike the final blow. Be the hero yet again.
I want justice, not vengeance. You'll be tried for your crimes.
So I rot in a cell on Odessan. I would have preferred death.
I have a team headed your way now. We'll take care of the prisoner.
Well, that's
We
all the
don't
more
have
reason not
much
to give you what you want, then.
Unless we get Theron to Odessan, he won't make it.
Oh, so you have a choice. Okay, I like that. I'm glad they actually give you a choice with consequence here, but pretty obvious what we're gonna do.
Call a shuttle. We're taking Theron home.
Smile could be interpreted in many ways, like, they're letting me back in. But I kind of doubt he's gonna betray you again. I think the way this played out is probably just as it seems. Still, we should definitely keep an extra close eye on Theron this time.
No Alliance casualties, minimal damage to Odessen, and we stopped an ancient machine from destroying half the galaxy. I'd say that's a win.
All in a day's
Factions
work.
associated with members of the Order have offered their apologies. But the fact remains, the fleet and the gravestone, our two strongest weapons, are gone. The future of the Alliance is uncertain. What happened on Nathema is proof that we need change.
I like how there's still like a close core group of advisors and resources, so you can still throw your weight in with one faction or the other, but you're no longer the Galactic Peacekeeper. You have to choose Republic or Sith.
Odessen was nearly destroyed because of the Alliance. It's better we lay low for a while.
A vacation wouldn't be so bad, would it? After this, I imagine the Empire and Republic will double down on their war efforts. We may need to consider who we'll support when the time comes.
Well, for a Jedi, I think it's a pretty easy choice.
I hope you're comfortable working for the Republic.
As long as they're comfortable with my interrogation tactics. You know, it'll be nice to take a break from ruling the galaxy.
Oh, like you've ever taken a break in your life.
Theron!
It's been a while since I was last in this room. It's good to be back. Look, I know I put you through hell. I was reckless and stupid, and it almost cost us everything. I probably don't deserve the trust you showed me. But I did it to protect you and the Alliance. And, if you'll have me, I'll work hard to earn a place at your side. So, what do you say? Are we still a team?
Moment of truth, I guess. Kind of wish there was a third option, like, yes, but maybe not in the same capacity he was before. For example, I think he might be grounded for a while, staying here to do things from the base as opposed to going on missions, but that's not really a choice, so we'll go with this one.
You risked your life for us. There's always a place for you here.
I don't know what I would have done if you'd said no. I have a lot of making up to do, but I'm here to stay, no matter what.
As am I. The Alliance may change, but we're not going anywhere. Everything is different now. But whatever the future holds for us, the three of us will face it. Together.
Alright, and that is the end of the Nathema conspiracy. So, there is got to be another mission, though, because I know the planet Ossus was added, clearly. And I'm guessing that's what this leads to. Yeah. Take your ship's terminal and pick up inflection point. Alright, so that'll be a different chapter. I might do that tonight too while I'm on a roll. But I'm going to end this episode here, so thank you guys very much for watching. And stay tuned for the next story chapter of Star Wars: The Old Republic.